Yo guys, welcome back to another TFD video. Season 3 episode 4 just launched with the release of the new game mode Onslaught. After seeing a beta release for players to test before the mode launched, Onslaught is in a good place. They've refined the mode very well. It is a wave-based defense mode with some roguelike elements at the start of the new rounds, allowing you to pick some buffs to help you along the way. In short, most of the buffs you want to look out for are going to provide you with more damage, since there is a Colossus at the end that does have a ton of health. I would also not be afraid to take any of the HP buffs to the right side, because this is going to help you a ton with survivability. And if you're dead, you're just not doing damage. With that said, do not be afraid to drop a mod for a HP mod when you're going in Onslaught with any Descendant, especially if you're new to the mode and public queuing. Today, we're going to update our Viessa build for Onslaught. Previously, when her rework launched, I released a build for Glacial Cloud, which we'll also be showing in this video because the build is still great and extremely viable for running the new mode. But when it comes to her Absolute Zero build, the damage output is just too high to ignore. So two really good Viessa builds here. Pick which one suits you best. This video is sponsored by Nexon and the First Descendant. Huge shout out to them for the support and all the open communication they've had with me recently. They are open to mine and your feedback in hopes to continue to make the game better for everyone. So leave your thoughts about Onslaught and episode 4 in the comments. And with that out of the way, let's get into it. All right, we're going to start with the Absolute Zero build, and we are using Power Beyond for the trigger mod. Sorry that my head is in the way. Absolute Zero for our Transcendent mod, and this is similar to basically every crit build in the game, right? We have MP Conversion, Nimble Fingers, our two focus mods being Chill and Singular. Then we have Emergency Measures, Skill Insight, Skill Concentration. Then we are using Chill Integration. We do not need the critical hit rate, and we're going to get more damage out of that. Then we have our one range mod with Skill Expansion. And as I said, I do suggest an HP mod, especially if you are new and you're public queuing. Don't do your fellow Descendants dirty by going in public queue without an HP mod, because you're just going to end up on the floor. They're going to try to pick you up. They're going to die. You're all going to wipe, and then everybody's going to be upset. Now, I am showing this build currently without an Ancestor mod, and let's get into what I would suggest for an Ancestor mod. For me, the most ideal here is going to be getting something with critical rate and critical damage, and you simply will just take out your Skill Insight and plop that bad boy in, and that's it. That's good to go with that. You're replacing Skill Insight, you're getting your critical hit rate, you're getting your critical hit damage. Now, although I do have max HP down on this, it's actually not affecting me that much because I have built in with an HP mod, so I'm only losing about 1k HP with this setup. For our reactor, we're going with Chill Singular, cooldown critical hit damage, and for our set, we are using the Bravery set. We want MP rolls on everything we have on here. Don't be in the comments like, "Said I'm running out of MP." Check your components. Make sure you have MP rolled on them. Bravery is very nice for spamming her fourth ability. If you're looking for something with some better survivability, something like the Polar Knight set would be good. And if you just don't want to use either of those, then I could suggest you can use the Slayer set. And for our arcade tuning, we are coming over to the gun side of the board and make sure we get defense utilization. And our other mod here is going to be Chill Cohesion for the Chill Skill Power Boost ratio. Other than that, of course, we're getting our cooldown here. You do not have to get the cooldown here. That is going to be up to you. I could show you another option, which would be just to remove the cooldown, and you can take all this skill power here and then also take HP here. So play whatever one you feel comfortable with. And for our inversion reinforcement, we're going with circulation tactic for the cooldown and the selective neurostimulation for MP and pain suppression for a heal. All right, now we're going to go over the Glacial Cloud build, which is a really good build. Does not do as much damage as Absolute Zero, but you can get a lot of HP with this build, which is really nice, especially if you're a new player. And the way you're just able to like control a lane with this, and the CC is just amazing because Glacial Cloud, it basically shoots forward and it also stacks as well. So just really nice for crowd control. I always, when I played this build, I just felt like I was immortal most of the time. For our trigger mod, we're going with Power Beyond once again. Glacial Cloud, of course, for our Transcendent mod. Now, this is very similar to what we were just running. We have our cooldown mods, MP Conversion, Nimble Fingers, and our two focus mods, but we're using Fusion here because with this mod, we are having Fusion skills, Skill Expansion, Breach Explorer, and then I also have an HP mod in, which is really great. We have a ton of HP here. Now, when we talk about the Ancestor mod, I have this, which is giving me a ton of critical hit rate and HP. Really, really nice. Basically, something with critical hit rate, and then something else useful to the build, be it HP or critical hit damage, fusion damage. You have a lot of options here. And honestly, if you wanted to make this build even more tanky, you could simply slide out Breach Explorer and put in another HP mod. And we're at 25k HP, which in Onslaught at that point, I don't even think you can ever die, no matter how good or bad you may be or unexperienced. So that is another option for you. Then on to our reactor, we have the Chill Fusion, cooldown, critical hit damage. Once again, it's always going to be the same. And then we have the Slayer set. Like I always say, make sure you have your MP rolls on all of these. If you didn't want to use the Slayer set, another good option could be the Polar Knight. Even the Bravery would be okay. But the thing is, with her 4 stacking, you don't need the cooldown that offers as much. And for our RK tuning, same setup we just had on the other build, defense neutralization and chill cohesion. And also inversion reinforcement is going to be the same thing here. Cooldown, MP, and a nice little heal here with pain suppression. All right, let's go over our weapons here. And these are pretty much shield break weapons. Clairvoyance can do a little bit of both. So it's good to use on the boss for a debuff, especially because you're going to be running on Viessa, and you're probably also running with Dia most likely. And that she's also one of the best for Onslaught right now. Look for a video on her coming soon. And we're going to use the Hypernova. This is my go-to in Onslaught. I love this thing. You chuck it out at the shields, sucks everything in, use all your skills, call it back. You basically have 2 rapid charges most of the time for this. And this is going to be a crit sword. We're building into crit everywhere we look. And then, of course, you need to make sure you have Veil Analyzer in so you can break the shields. And then we have Clairvoyance. Like I said, great for debuffing the boss. Can also take care of shields as well. Your substats here, basically just we want to get your sprint speed so you're super fast to get around the map. And then once again, make sure you have Veil Analyzer in for this, for the shield break, and super cool plasma is good for a debuff. And last is going to be our new weapon for the season, Whirlwind. This is really, really nice for also breaking shields because you could just plop it on the ground. And unlike the sword, you don't have to wait for the callback. This is a crit weapon and a chill weapon, so we're going to be building into both of those stats. I like sprint speed as our top core here, just to get around the map. And same setup, you're using Veil Analyzer. You're using crit mods to get our crit chance up, crit damage up, chill. That's really it. I do like expand weapon charge as well because you just don't want to be reloading this. You know, you want to reload this as little as possible so you're staying in the action. And just to give my own quick review of how I'm feeling about the update, overall, I really do like Onslaught. It plays very well. It's a very good game mode. It's very engaging. It definitely puts our Descendants to use. You need a nice build, but there's still the options of the lower levels for people that are still working on things. As far as the rewards, I am not the biggest fan myself. The weekly reward is fine, but overall on this game, I think we just are seeing a overabundance of Ancestor mods, and how many we can even get a week is just a ton at this point. And I would like to see new, fresh rewards that have to do with new, fresh systems for the Descendants, but hopefully something they're working on in the future. And I do like the idea of this bio data chips that we can then use in bounty operations. Makes for a nice gameplay loop. They do seem to drop very, very rare. I've done a lot of Onslaught runs and have not seen that many myself, but this is a good loop. But once again, we're back into the rewards, and once again, superconductive cooling units, Ancestor mods, and trigger mods. Although the content is good, the rewards are just the same thing we've been seeing for the last year now. So I think for a lot of us, this has just become a very redundant reward system. And I've even seen people say in chat, like, what's the point of doing Onslaught mode? Because I'm just getting the same stuff that I've been getting. And rewards are very, very important. Doesn't matter how great the content is. Rewards have to be behind that content to get people motivated to play it, grind it, and specifically grind it because this is at its core a grindy game, being that it's a looter shooter. And my last thought here is going to be where we have placed SMO and the new weapon. Exposed Underwater Base. This came out 3 months ago. Not the biggest fan of putting something like this, especially basically the flagship of the update is SMO, the weapon, and Onslaught. And so to put this in a dungeon that we have already seen and ran to specifically get Dia before, really not the best choice in my opinion. This could have been done a little better. We could have put this here, and you could have also put this in Onslaught, being that's the new feature content that you want people to be running, and these are the new feature items that you want people to be chasing. And that covers everything for the updated Viessa builds. Any questions or suggestions, let me know in the comments, or you can find me live on Twitch daily, where I'm happy to answer any questions about builds, or if you need help with content, like doing Onslaught completions. I've been doing those on stream ever since the update launched, and there are Twitch drops right now, if you're not aware. Like and subscribe is appreciated. Thanks, guys. Peace.